Hi, I'm Michael White, and I'm a New Orleans jazz clarinetist, writer, jazz historian, and Keller Endowed Chair in the Humanities at Xavier University in New Orleans. I was very fortunate because I came up at the tail end of the authentic New Orleans jazz tradition as it descended directly down from Buddy Bolden and others, which was basically more of a folk music and a folk approach to playing jazz. A lot of ensemble playing, music played mainly by and for the African American community at a variety of functions where there was widespread participation in the nature of dancing. Very functional music played for parties, every type of event you could imagine, funerals, club parades, church parades, many different kinds of functions. And they had quite a lot of interaction between people, between musicians, between families and extended families. Funerals and club parades represented really the heart's blood of the community because it was those were ways of bringing hundreds and even thousands of people together on a social level in a basically non-commercial way in which people could interact, could have fun, could meet people, could socialize, and also go through sort of like a spiritual transformation spurred by this magic brass band music. And they could participate in the creative process by creating their own dances, what are called second line dances. And that was really a part of the music making, would be the rhythms and the movements of the dancers. And in fact, such to a point I would dare to say that oftentimes the music would look like the dancers in motion, and the dancers in motion would look like the notes or the music that we were playing put to human figures, human motion. And this form of New Orleans jazz is really the mother or father or the parent form, if you will, of all jazz forms. And you can directly trace, of course, the evolution of jazz from what came out of New Orleans. And some of the most important early jazz figures who kind of set the tone or the style or pointed different directions. People like, of course, Jelly Roll Morton in terms of composition and arranging. People like, of course, Louis Armstrong and Sidney Bechet in terms of individual solo development and possibilities. So that the New Orleans tradition is very important, and it has, for a lot of different reasons, sort of been overlooked. What I'm trying to do, which is rather rare in the States, is view traditional music as a living, ongoing, creative expression of the New Orleans experience on one hand, and of as a sort of New Orleans African American version of the human experience on the other hand.